call it Full House because that's a lot of people in one house for the whites. Let's be honest. If that was a black, Latino, or Asian show, it would be called House. Every episode of that show used to blow my mind because the daughter would do something crazy. The oldest daughter, would do something insane out of nowhere. She'd be like, I'm gonna smoke cigarettes. I'd be at my house like, don't do that, DJ. That could be very, oh, come on, DJ, don't do that, please, don't do that. I was like my grandma watching a novela, please, DJ, you're gonna die. Then, of course, she wouldn't listen to me. She would go smoke cigarettes with the girl with the long neck. You remember Kimmy, and listen, I love Kimmy, and she grew into it, but back then, it was crazy. And so they would go smoke cigarettes, and then DJ would come home smelling like cigarettes. And then Uncle Joey would be in the kitchen, and he would smell the cigarettes, and he'll be like, oh my God, I have to go tell Bob Saget about this. And he would go tell Bob Saget, that's the dad. And then Bob Saget would come into the kitchen and be like, DJ, why does it smell like cigarettes? And where were you? And I'm already a little bit pissed off. I'm like, speak up, Bob Saget. You know exactly why it smells like cigarettes. That little girl disrespected you in your house. After everything that you do for her and all the sacrifices that you make and all the money that you spend to give her a good life, she has the balls to go behind your back and smoke cigarettes, Bob Saget. That little girl has crossed the line, and today is the day that she pays the price. And of course, Bob Saget, she's just looking at her, and she's looking at the camera, and the camera goes to DJ, and she goes, and I'm like, don't be scared now. You were a big girl when you wanted to smoke cigarettes. Be a big girl now. And then it will go to commercial, and I'll be like, oh! Bob Saget, when we come back from commercial, Bob Saget is about to beat the brakes off of this little bitch. Or at the very least, make her smoke the whole pack of cigarettes. At least show me something, Bob Saget. We come back from commercial, and DJ's like, and then she runs up the stairs, and I'm like, running makes it worse. If you know, you know. She runs up the stairs, and she gets to her door, and she goes, bah, and she slams the door, and I'm like, strike two, mama. Now you're really gonna get it. And then Bob Saget runs up the stairs, and I'm screaming at Bob Saget. I'm like, take your belt off on the way, Bob Saget. Bob Saget runs up there, he gets to the door, and she goes, and she locks the door. Exactly. I'm not even upset, I'm confused. I'm like, where did this little girl get a lock? She must be paying rent in this house. And then Bob Saget gets to the door, and he blows my mind. Bob Saget gets to the door, and he goes, and that's when I freak out. I'm like, you don't have to knock on the door. That's your door. Take the door off the door and hit her with the door. And I know that that's not the right thing to do, but I was hungry for blood at the time. He knocks on the door. The little girl goes, unlocks the door. What a lovely young lady. And then Bob Saget walks into that room and again, does something that my brain cannot even comprehend. I gave him very simple instructions. I'm like, Bob, you don't have to hit her if you don't want to, but at least find something that she loves and destroy it. That guy walks into this girl's room and he goes, DJ. Why would you go smoke cigarettes? Why would you do that, DJ? You know, not only are you hurting me, but you're hurting yourself. And she's like, I'm sorry, Dad. He's like, it's okay, DJ. I love you very much. But today, I'm really disappointed. And I throw up. And then DJ goes, so, safe to say I can't go to the party on Friday? And I'm like, this bitch. And Bob Saget goes, safe to say. When I saw that, I wanted to record it and present it to my mom. I wanted to put a TV on wheels and go up to my mom and be like, hello, Sharks. Thank you for having me today. I would like to present to you a different method, Mama. And then my mom will be like, in my experience, the only way that you learn is when I twist your ear or destroy something that you love. And for that reason, I'm out.